going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working on this 2015 Jeep Patriot again. Previously I did the alternator on this car. When I did the alternator, I noticed that it was leaking a little bit from the radiator. Now it's leaking a lot, so we're going to be changing the radiator and I believe the upper radiator hose, but main thing, the radiator. So looking at this, the first thing we're gonna have to do is remove the front bumper, which shouldn't be too hard. Looks like a 10, some Torx up here on the top, another 10. Let's see, what is that? You got 1, 2, 3 bolts here. It looks like possibly a 7mm. And if yours still has that belly cover on the bottom, you're gonna have to remove some clips from that to get that off. And yeah, we'll start with that. So let's get the bumper off real quick. Okay, so now we got the bumper off. It's a pretty good sized dent on that, but we won't worry about that. So now that we have that off, the bumper was pretty easy to take off. You had, like I said, 2 10s on each end. You had a few Torx right here, and that turned out to be, I believe, a T20. Yeah, a T20. And then on the sides, ended up having 4 screws. I had those 3 that I talked about, and then I had one other one straight up here. It was right behind this plastic splash shield. So those were 4 on each side, and they were 7mm. Next, let's see, should probably take this plastic piece off, and then we'll see what's next after that. Oh yeah, one thing also, I'm not sure if they all have fog lights. There's a connector for the fog lights, and then there's also a connector on each side for these turn signal lights. You got to get off before you can pull the bumper off completely. Okay, we got this guy loose now. It had 5 of these little clip things, and then that comes off. Put that off to the side. Let's see, now we could take off this what would you call this, like a core support bar. This is removable. This is gonna come off. And then any of these clips are holding this these little plastic shields on, remove those as well. And then we also have, these are the support brackets for the radiator. These just have 2 10mm bolts. We could take those off too, might as well. And then you don't have to worry about the hood latch. We can just leave that on there and move this off to the side. Okay, now that we got that stuff off, we got, what do we got here? Upper radiator hose. I'm thinking that maybe I'll take the radiator fan off with the radiator, just pull it all out as one thing, and then put the radiator, put the fans on the other radiator and put it in as one piece. Or at least I'm gonna try to do that. But see, once you get all that off, you got tons of room to play with. So let's see, we got some of this wiring harness. So we got this connector. It looks like we got 2 connectors at the fan and a few clips that we got to take off. I'll take that off next. Then what else? Oh yeah, then we got a 10mm right there, another 10mm down there, and then we should be able to lift the condenser up off of these little hooks on each side, I believe. And yeah, we should be able to lift the condenser up and not have to worry about messing with the air conditioning or with the transmission cooler lines. So this side is the AC lines, this side transmission cooler lines. Okay, so I almost forgot about one. I got this 10mm right here for the transmission cooler lines. That one goes bolted up to the radiator, so gotta unbolt that one so that we can have the slack to get this thing off. Otherwise, these lines are gonna be stuck to the radiator. All right, now we got that off. Just gotta remember to grab it because it fell right there. But now it's loose. We should be able to lift the condenser up and get the radiator out. Okay, so that's not gonna work. We're gonna have to take these clips off, pull the lines out of the condenser. You don't have to worry about like any of the refrigerant coming out because these lines are just for the transmission cooler part of it. Take these lines out and we're gonna have to move them out of the way because it's kind of sandwiched in here and it doesn't let it move very much. Now we're gonna need some picks and we're gonna need to be very careful about taking these off so that you don't lose them. Ooh, there's one. Can we get the other one just as easy? There you go. Got those off. Now just make sure to put something underneath it because it's going to drain some transmission fluid. There we go. Oh, it really wasn't that much. So now, there we go. That's out. And then this, just kind of move out of the way. Lastly, we got the lower radiator hose. Somehow I almost forgot about the lower radiator hose. So, lower radiator hose, right down there. Ta-da! Alright guys, there it is. Wasn't too bad. This, you kind of have to maneuver like out of the way. And this kind of gets in the way, but at least we don't have to worry about the air conditioning draining anything. There it is, fans with the radiator. It looks so empty now. Okay, so here we got the new radiator. We just got to swap everything over real quick. There we go. And all you got to do to swap it over is these tabs right here. I'll show you on this one. These tabs, you got to open them up and lift the radiator up as you're opening them. I mean, lift the fan, the radiator fan, up as you're opening these up. And don't worry if you break these. I mean, this is an old radiator, so if you want to just break them, who cares? Last thing, don't forget these rubber pieces that go under the radiator. Swap those out and let's go put this back in. Okay guys, radiator is back in. Really wasn't that bad. The only thing that's kind of hard is maneuvering these transmission cooler lines. But I think some of these don't have these metal hard lines depending on the year. This one's a 2015, so I don't know of what year they changed, because I know some of them, I think the older ones, these were rubber lines, so that might change. It'll be easier if these are rubber, then you won't have to worry about undoing them. You could just maneuver them around. So now let's just plug these back in. We can start putting everything back reverse order. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay guys, got everything put back together. Got that new radiator hose on there as well. Everything was fairly easy. The only thing I would say is to be careful with these transmission cooler lines. If you have this style, make sure that they go all the way in before you try and put these clips in. I know that it more than likely won't let you, but just in case, get something to tap on these so that they go in all the way, then put the clips in. I mean, besides that, everything's straightforward. Make sure you plug in all your electrical connectors if you took it out the way I took it out with the fan, because you can also leave the fan in there, but it just seems easier to me to take it out and not have to fight with it on the car. But that's pretty much it. Now we just gotta throw the bumper back on. There we go. That's better. So the last thing we got to do is just add coolant and let it run, check for any leaks that we might have, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully this helps you guys out when you guys are changing the radiator on your Jeep. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.